Seems like it'll be about a 6 second lag. That's tolerable. Whatever. I don't know. I could only blame retrograde. I got nothing else. I don't know why this would randomly start happening in the past couple days and not be an issue on my channel ever before. Other than it's during him getting, hate to chalk it all up to astrology, but when I've got literally no other. Dude, no fucking kidding. I'm sorry I got rid of the chat because I feel like we were talking about stuff and actually had questions to answer. I couldn't look. I needed to both ends, just to try to make sure we weren't going to be in the same predicament. It's a pretty significant lag, but as long as it's like under 10 seconds, it's fine. Oh yeah, I agree. And it's really not even November as much as it's Scorpio season, which starts in October. And I also think Libra season is going to be better than we thought it was. And also this fucking outfit. Yes. Yeah, we're feeling good still. We're not letting anything get us down, especially not some damn technical issues on fucking Twitch. Nothing's going to change my world. Heard that. Except John Lennon kind of did change my world. Isn't that ironic? Okay. I kind of really enjoy just talking about stuff. I love when you ask random questions, and we just like have sidebar conversations. You asked about 11/11, and part of what I've been trying to tell y'all is what happened to me not last year, but 3 years ago, 11/11. It was pretty intense. There was a lot to it, and it's weird because I can't there's things about it I would never want to fully divulge to anyone. And there are things I never will, but will have, but never will. Uh, and part of this like intense healing that's coming is me getting it off my chest, saying it out loud, telling stories. But there's so many names, faces, energies that I felt during that time. And it's like looking back, it's like so funny how most people would have been taking it as a compliment. But in the midst of these like hallucinatory experiences that were of a spiritual kind or drug induced one, but like I didn't do the drugs, right? So I'm working on that. I think actually it's funny that this came up. Friday is probably when I'll finally talk about it. 11/11 is a tower moment in the sense of like, I don't know, tower moments don't have to be bad. Everything can fall apart and you can see what's still standing, right? But let's roll the ad before we get too deep in and make sure we're still decent on the lag situation. And then I will probably get into the tarot. So, BRB. You think you're so radical. You think you are the star. Say what? But you're going international. They're gonna call the cops. Oh no. You're turning into Trump. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. I know those dances make you wanna jump. You think you're radical, you're not so radical. Said you're fanatical. Fanatical, oh, you think you're radical, but you're not so radical. In fact, you're fanatical. Fanatical. Listen, I hate that. I think that's a really narcissistic approach to things. You can forgive and not have to delete a memory. The thing is, people who want to forgive and forget are the ones who do wrong to you. Of course, they're going to say, "Can we just forgive and forget? I'm a different person now. Forget what I did then so that when I do it again, you have no memory of it." Right? And you think it's my first strike. That whole mentality is so fucking toxic. It's actually scary that so many people have adapted to it. Forgive and forget. I'm telling you, man, this country's run by narcissists, and it shows in our everyday culture and like what they've convinced of us in a sense. What? What, remembering things? I don't know. I'm smoking this joint, or at least some of it. How long would you last? Not long. Not long. You think you're radical, but you're not so radical. Amen. Is that like modern electric shock therapy? They have came up with the drug that could erase memories. It's called Xanax. You take enough of it, you ain't gonna remember shit. They did not make a drug that could erase memories. They made a bunch of drugs that make it impossible to create memories, which is just as damaging. If not more damaging, because then all you remember is what already happened and all the trauma that led you to the mental illnesses. But then you can't remember anything good happening in your life because short term memory loss, long term memory damage. It's been my method, and while it seems like my life is not in a place that anyone would want their life to be, I am a person that many people envy for almost legitimately no reason. I'm not going to sit here and say my life sucks because I have made this my job and I have a roof over my head and I have a stream of music and I'm connected to people all over the world. My life doesn't suck, but man, it can be rocky at times. Something I used to tell myself when I was young, and of course already affected by PMDD, is that my life doesn't suck and I know that, but there was still a part of me that hated it because I knew how much other people's lives actually sucked and I still wasn't happy. Pretty deep for a 12-year-old. A sight for sore eyes to the blind would be awful majestic. It would be the most beautiful thing that they ever had seen. It would cause such surprise, it would make all of their minds electric. How could anyone tell them that some things are not what they seem? That is my new fucking favorite conspiracy, fanfic, anything, anyway. Congrats, you literally just like won everything to me. Like, yeah, Scorpion and Sub-Zero are actually twin flames. Dude, yeah, that'd be amazing. After the dark, don't remind me. I actually when we were talking about Mortal Kombat the other night, I considered a Mortal Kombat tarot deck, and then I realized it would be really fucking violent. And I'm just not sure you would ever need it. Like, oh, are you in a fight with some? Oh, I guess like for conflict. There's also, it's tricky when you do stuff like that because you have to have like the rights or whatever. They can just have you stop production at any given point and blah, blah, blah. searching the lines for a point where you probably missed it. There was never anything there in the first place. Okay, I'm gonna hit this one more time and then I'm gonna put it out. I could smoke this whole joint to my face right now, but it would be pointless because then I'm just gonna want to smoke in 20 minutes anyway. I might as well not smoke this whole joint. It's so good though. Like I said, it has been a minute since I smoked a joint. And when I say a minute, there's no way it was really over like a month or two. But damn, when you smoke weed every day, that's a fucking minute. Yeah, for sure. Wax Fang. Majestic. Oh, this must be a dream. Down through the dark, don't remind me. I'd rather be dreaming of someone than living alone. Dude, I love this fucking ashtray. You just stick your joint in one of these little holes and it'll just go out. It's like not getting enough oxygen to stay lit down there. It's fucking out, and I didn't even have to mash it up or anything. I just stuck it in the hole and boom. Now it's holding my joint. Fucking love that shit. Ugh. Little existential, you could say. I always get this way. No, I literally was like, I get really into like, oh my god, it's all simulation. And then I realize these are like intrusive thoughts, paranoid delusions. Like, it's fucking wild, dude. And that's why I think, ultimately, low key, is this the Velvet Underground? Sure is. Head held high. Listen, I think that Babino's song is really good. That, with my chin up high, fuck 'em on, fuck 'em by, all I want is money, bitch, or whatever the fuck she says. It's a great song. I don't know who made fun of that hot ass, beautiful, like, she looks kind of giant, sexy woman making a hard ass rap song in a foreign language. Like, are you kidding me? That shit was fucking fire. Yeah, that was random. There's something about these readings that I think aren't going to be very good news. Because fuck, I love you. It's like the vibe. It's like, that's what the drawing was. Like, say it like you mean it isn't enough to express. Say it like you understand it. You know, like, say it with the confidence you don't have in it to tell someone you love them, you know. Add meaning. I tell people I love them like every time I talk to them. You know, I'm one of those people, random messages or every text or every call during the call. You know, I've never been shy about showering people in love. Certain parts of my family are like that, you know, all the time. Oh my God, just talking about how much we love each other, and then, you know, the extension, how grateful we are to be family and whatnot. And it's funny because it's inspiring to people who aren't that way. I've known a lot of people over time who like take note of me being that way for sure. I know it's excessive because it's like I don't know if it's really a bad habit, but I feel like every time I'm at the Taco Bell, which isn't that much anymore, but I'll just always be like giving them my order, and it feels like, you know, just having been a vegetarian the whole time, not anymore, but you know what I mean, or even vegan, and like just doing the most. That at the end of it, and just be like, thank you, I love you. Like, I love you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being employed at this Taco Bell. Thank you for, like, sacrificing anything else you might want to be doing in life to be here and do all this extra bullshit for me and not get paid any different. Like, I love you, right? And I really mean that shit, and people really feel that shit. And that's that 405 frequency, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, so this poetry that I did, I'm still looking at it. I have him sitting with the baby. Dude, this is perfect. I actually love Discord, so then I can take pictures. Like I'll send you a picture of my little baby with the painting drawing I just did. Um, it's kind of adorable. You can't even see him. Oh my gosh. That's adorable. He's got his little Crown Royal bag full of pens and such things. Soup's cute. Soup's cute. So, um, the poetry, yeah, it seems like kind of a necessary thing. And it's so funny because I've been giving this a lot of complementation. That's funny. I mean contemplation, but complementation. I'll write that down. Sometimes I speak out of turn to invent new words of essence, but that one was different. Contemplation, complementation, tation, complementation. Complentatune, actually. Complentatune. That's the word they want me to know. Complentatune. I try to embrace the things that I hear. I think if I was religious, they would think I'm speaking in tongues, but since I'm more spiritual and an anarchist and maybe a conspiracy theorist, I'm like obviously speaking in alien languages. I think it's the same as speaking in tongues, though. Hence why I think that Jesus is obviously an alien and Mary was the intubator. Like, it just kind of makes sense. And at some point in his life, they probably figured it out. And that's why they omit a big chunk of the Bible, because why would they want to admit that Jesus was an alien that fornicated with a human woman, right? And had children? They just pretend that that didn't happen. Um, Probably because their consciousness. Dude, we're gonna talk to Jesus this month. I'm doing the dead people thing. I think it's time I channeled straight up Jesus. You think I'll get the religious folks on my side if I do that, or will they hate it? He's like, first of all, you have to stop calling me a drug dealer. I was not a drug dealer. I had alien superpowers. It's so funny. Oh, God. Yeah, okay. Any other requests for iconic dead people? Please put them in. Maybe before September's over. I'm going to open it up to Instagram by September 30th if I don't get any requests on Twitch. Um, cool. Sorry, sometimes what is required to do tarot is to sit and think and talk and get a lot of my personal stuff out so that one, you know where I am at. Two, you know where I am coming from. Three, you know what to take as the reading and what to take as me going through something, right? Currently, peaceful, right? Doing what I want, doing what I need to do for myself. I admit it's been a minute since I went for a damn walk, and that's something I integrated into my routine. But the weather's changing, and I'm a bit of a baby about it. So I've been in the house. It's been cloudy and cold, raining off and on. Tomorrow shall be sunny again. And yeah, Tyler Durden just makes things difficult. So I apologize. It's been 20 minutes, still no tarot. I also want to allow people to file in as they need to or want to, because I tend to have a later crowd, even though it does seem almost pretty late already, and I want to get started. I appreciate the patience. We're going to roll this ad and hopefully see where that leads to, okay? I will pull out the decks I want to use for our draws, and we will hopefully get going, at least on the zodiacs, and see where the night takes us. Yes. Bro, I was on mute that whole time. That's so funny. I didn't really say anything relevant. Why didn't you say anything? You're not even paying attention. You're like the only person here. No one's even paying attention to this stream tonight. I want to do tarot, but for who? For myself? I might as well. I feel like part of the balance I need to figure out is like maybe there are times I need to pre-record the tarot and do it on my own time, and there's times that I do stuff live, and I think I might kind of go back to doing YouTube zodiac readings, but not all individual ones, just one card draws like I've been doing on here, and then time stamping it, I guess. No, it takes the fun out of not going in order. I can't decide what to do. It's not that I'm over tarot, but sometimes I have these moods where I think I'm over tarot, and it's probably just the PMDD. Okay, incantation. Before I look it up, an incantation is when you speak something over. It's like a cult ritual, but with words or something. Incantation, right? Something like that. A sense of words said as a magic spell or charm. Yeah. The use of words as a magic spell. So, I guess it is an incantation. That's really weird, but it's not really a spell. That's the thing about my incantations, though, is they never seem that way, which is why I wanted to read it to y'all. But I want it to be the same crowd that was there last night that did this ritual with me, essentially, in different places. So if they come through this evening, then we will read and talk about what happened during my process. And if they do not, maybe we'll save it for another day, or it'll be not meant to be that I read it at all. But it was interesting to see how my gut reaction to things are, in the sense that a lot has changed, but I have been myself through, like, I wouldn't say most of it, but a lot of it, and it's surprising that I can come out okay rather than on top, and people are very inclined to that, you know, to tell you where we'll be. This little girl inside me is retreating to her favorite place. Just want to sit around and sing. Under the leaves, away from the party, go right to the rose. Yeah, dude, I want to keep smoking that joint. I don't want to do shit. I didn't even know I felt like this. I was motivated all day. I got all my chores done before I came on here. I got dressed up, changed like 300 times, to find the perfect fucking outfit, rolled the most beautiful joint to do these fucking readings. Gotta be honest, I don't feel like it at all. Not even really sure why. Other than I feel like there's gonna be a message in them that we really don't fucking want to hear or will like very much. That'd be great. Under the leaves for me. Go right to the rose, go right to the white rose. I'll be waiting for you. It wouldn't take me long to tell you how to find it. I feel like Siren's just not off work yet, if I recall. That's how she stumbled upon here in the first place, as she had just been getting off work, but it was super late. But I could be making that up. It's just what I have in my memory. My memory's pretty good, I can't lie. It's something I'm somewhat notorious for. What is this, LCD sound system? Yeah, it is. Okay, here's the thing. I don't mind listening to like random songs, but like I said, I'm in the mood to just keep singing, which is distracting because I'm doing readings. So I'm trying to like balance having a playlist where I don't know what it's gonna play and then singing some of the songs and not the others. But then it's like, if I don't know it, I just want to skip it. I'm feeling very picky. You know what? I know it's Libra season, but I think I'm gonna put on my Taurus playlist because I never finished them. I was making. We're gonna let us listen to "I Love You" by the Velvet Underground first. But yeah, I just don't think this playlist is doing it for me. Except for Bobby McGee, it looks like it would fucking slap right now. Maybe I will just leave this on. No, it's gonna just throw me off. We're putting on the Taurus playlist. Okay. Yeah, so I was making one playlist for every zodiac sign and I just never finished. I would play the Libra one, but it's got 2 songs on it. Um, which we could play those 2 songs and let it autoplay. Or I can put my own damn music on the Taurus playlist. Or something else. I have a lot of playlists. Do I play it straight through or do I put it on shuffle? Dude, people are so bored with me tonight. It's so funny. It's a vibe and I'm not as high energy as I usually am. It's funny how I heard several of these songs tonight already. Yeah, I think we'll just go with the shuffle. Don't worry. If there's a hell below, we're all gonna go. Was what an indica strain? Oh, I have no idea. That's what I'm saying. I literally don't know, but it was really good and I want to smoke more. Why did you even bring it up? No, because now that I put the music on, I feel like it's sinking into me and I'm going to get to these readings. I almost feel like I'm channeling Curtis Mayfield, but if I am not mistaken, that dude is still alive. But if he's not still alive, he's going on the list because, ooh, I heard that. I heard that. I'm sorry if anybody else did too. Okay. Curtis Mayfield. No, he died in the 90s. 99? Maybe not. I'd hate to curse like that. No, yeah, he died in 99. Holy shit. Fucking Curtis Mayfield's getting on the list. Mayfield. He said don't write his name. Okay, fine. Is that why it's a bunch of white people? Oh. Okay. Cool. It's gonna be a good October. It's funny because in my world, we're not sitting in silence. I really love this song, though. Curtis Mayfield's such a fucking G, dude. Yeah, I'm gonna smoke a little more of this because honestly, this is what happens continuously, month after month. Is that like, if I use weed regularly, then it's not as potent, even though I still get pretty stoned. It is less effective medicine for when I feel like at the core of my being I feel like shit. I'm in pain. I want to cry but also want to scream. My brain hurts in a way that's not a headache, but it's definitely something, and I'm having cramps already even though my period's not for another week and I have to do it every month. So like I need to get really super duper stoned if I want to like stay in rhythm or do anything when I'm like this. And the closer I get to the drop date, like, the blood on the dance floor, the worse it all gets, the worse the symptoms get, the more irritable I get, the more agitated I get, the more aggro I get. Until it goes peak crazy, I pop off, come down, sob my eyes out, and start bleeding. But he said, don't worry. But they don't know. There could be no show. And if there's hell below, we're all gonna go. So forgive me for needing to smoke fucking weed. Just to stay sane and calm during these very difficult transit periods, not spiritually, universally, or astronomically, but personally, monthly, cyclically. Yes, been giving that a lot of thought lately. I think no offense to anyone, and this is kind of almost a joke because I haven't quite figured it out, nor do I study astrology. Remember that. The main thing I would think is that it's a team. And I think you should have one of each zodiac or at least have someone to represent each zodiac. It kind of goes into the meditation thing that was happening. God damn it. I hope this does not create a lag that my player just reloaded. Looks like we're on. Yes, okay. So, it's funny you would ask that, and that my first response is about the council, and I will have to get into that. I think I'm going to do it Thursday, Friday. I was going to do the last day of September. What day is that? Friday? Is the 30th? Yeah, so Friday, I think, is the night that I'm going to sit on here and tell my story about when John Lennon came down and gave me the power of necromancy and showed me my future, and I freaked out and almost died. It's coming. It's gotta happen. I love how this is the peak. 6 people walk in to mid-sentence me saying, "What now? Excuse you? The fuck you mean?" You're right. Catholics gave me the power of necromancy, not John Lennon. He just indoctrinated me. More like indicted, not indicted or indoctrinated. He in the not knighted, but he is British. Whatever. Whatever. The Catholic Church definitely taught me necromancy. They were like, yo, come to Mass, come to our weekly ceremony. We're going to light candles. We're going to drink wine. We're going to call it blood. We're going to pray, stand, sing, speak incantations over our blessings, honor deities, several deities, and read out of a book, an ancient book. Yeah, that's, buddy, I don't know how to and then you tell me talk to the dead dude that you see hanging on a cross right there. Yeah, that's how I learned necromancy. Are you fucking kidding me? I literally did that shit every fucking week for 8 years. Every week and then some. Because also on the weekends, also on holidays, also on, you know what I mean? Yeah, that's, you want to question my powers? Listen, I went to witch school. I went to Catholic school. They might teach you a bunch of really weird sexist white man bullshit, but at the end of it, start of it, in the middle of it, you're doing fucking witchcraft. It was like men basically stealing witchcraft from women, killing the women, and then calling it a guy thing. Like, that is literally what happened. Look at history. Like, from the conquistadors to the people who killed Jesus, like, to the witch hunt, you know? That's what you do in a Catholic church, is everything I still do now as witchcraft. And it's come, all these years come back to, like, oh my God, I'm Catholic as fuck. Like, that makes sense. It's fucking witchcraft. I've also was thinking about coffee. I made super fucking strong coffee. Hey. See, this is why I waited. I wanted y'all to be here for the readings because I figured you'd show up. I haven't done the tarot yet. I'm getting super baked because my PMDD kind of has me not all over the place, but sinking back. I'm descending into the underworld. It's a deal I made with Hades. Persephone took half the year. I was like, what about half the month all year? And Sadie's was like, done. And I'm like, fuck. This is my fucking jam. Yeah, I'm starting to feel the vibe. No, that's good. I like taking tea breaks when I don't have the rage monster inside me. Nice. I'm drinking coffee. Open your eyes, dance with me until I feel alright. In the dark, good in the dark. Ooh, comes another fight. I made really strong coffee today by accident. Here it comes. Here it comes. Asking me now, disastrous how. Hoping and hoping, hoping the feeling goes away. Away. Change, never change, never change, never change. Never change, never change, never change. If it had, I fell in love. I feel like there's a message in this song. What was that about? It was channeling. The aliens like to speak through music. Change, never change, never change, never change. Never change, never change, never change. This is how I fell in love with. Yeah. Yeah, I've been feeling really good, but I know when my brain is fucking with me, and sometimes I just have to smoke weed so I can channel things at all. Sometimes spirit moves through me when I'm stone cold sober, but the PMDD makes it really hard to discern, like, what's real, what's me, what's an intrusive thought, what's a paranoid thought, what's an anger that is valid, and a rage that is unwarranted. Like, I use the weed to curb my kapow, pow, pow. And I kind of hate, I gotta do something. And Tylenol is good for like physical pain, but it does nothing for like the mental anguish. And the only thing a doctor will suggest is like antidepressants. Love is a matter, right? But if she calls you tonight, everything is alright. Yeah, we know. Oh, it's a curse, shot that hurts. Love is an open book to a curse of your bad poetry. And this is coming from me. Oh. I can change, I can change, I can change if it helps you fall in love. Yeah. Love. Change, I can change, I can change, I can change. I can change, I can change, I can change if it helps you fall in love. That's so cute. It's funny, odd things I noticed when I was singing is that I literally did not give a fuck what anyone wanted to talk about in that moment. I did not give a fuck if there was randos here. I also actually sang it, interestingly, oddly. Shoved to a hearse instead of in a hearse or something. Open book to a bad curse instead of verse. Make it easy for me. Huh, what was that just went by me? Man, it's gonna get spookier this spooky season. LOL. Chocolate is not cocoa and cacao are the same genre or same plant, so essentially, yeah, there's caffeine in chocolate, and it is. I can change, I can change, I can change. Oh my god. Oh my god. Let's make that reality, bro. Let's figure that out. I can't wait to meet you. Is that weird? It's funny because I feel like I want to tell you guys what I thought about the meditation, but I feel like I need Source and Siren to be here also. And there was someone else who was talking to us last night, David. But I feel like they come in so late, and I don't know how into it she is, or if she's really like still learning to the point where she thinks we're all fucking weirdos, but comes here late at night because no one else is available. I can't decide. But I think she's cool, right? I can change if it helps you fall in love. In love. Um, this dude is still alive, so it's like again alien messages I notice, and this is my witch finger, which I will also explain on Friday. I think Friday's the day. It's gonna be like a stream. I kind of want to go just chatting because it's more talking, but I think if it's just chatting, it'll pull randos, and like tarot will pull the people who watch my channel for tarot readings. Skipped my ad break that time. Figuring it out, getting the messages pretty clear, and trying to hype up the vibe. Because, like I said, some of these messages we're about to get are probably not going to be very great. Zodiac readings. So let me go to an ad break, and I'll actually just type it so people know what we're doing when we get started. And if you want to be free, be free. Okay, this is creepy. The reason I said holy shit is because I cannot even fucking fathom this. Really, truly, what the fuck? I have to be happy. Like, I am so happy. I'm so cool. I'm chilling. I could give a fuck less, but if I did, I would have died in the first place, right? That's like the whole point, the whole vision is that if I really cared any less, I could have actually just not been here at all. So, like, please forgive the mess, but fuck it, right? Goddamn. Okay, so crazy. I was sitting here typing on this 1 minute ad break, and I have my phone that these are plugged into in the desk drawer next to me. And just now, the music stopped, and I went, shut the fuck up. God, nobody cares about him anymore because honestly, if you're gonna go radio silence on somebody, why would they even give a shit? Don't show up in my readings if you're not gonna show up in my life. Bye. Sorry, I don't know why I'm not aggressive towards you. What is that? Anyways, music stopped, and I was like, what? Opened the drawer, saw that it was paused, hit play, wouldn't play, hit play a few times, it skipped to the next song, didn't play the next song, went back because I wanted to hear this song, hit play, didn't work, sat here, finished typing when I was typing, and when I said, holy shit, the music came back on when the ad was over. So, cool! Remember, the universe is fucking with me? It's a joke because I get everything I want, and the thing is, my list of wants are either overly complicated or too simple, too easy to obtain, or too difficult to become realistic. Or realized, I should say. Or at least that's what they tell me. Part of me doesn't buy that. And I've thought about it for a long time, and I realize how possible it all truly is. What an asset I am to any team. And realizing that just because you're a good player doesn't mean you're going to get picked. for anything, right? Who gives a shit? Water, not wine, right? Jesus, turn my wine into water, please. No problem, bitch. That's the power of the Antichrist. Cool. A lot has changed. Other things have not. Why does it pause between every song? What's going on with that? What's up with that? What is this about? What is this notification? Why does my music keep stopping? This is retrograde stuff, right? The universe just fucking with me, literally. My Misty Mountain Mama, the White Witch herself, literally just commented on a reading. The song ended but paused for a second. Come on. Come on. I don't need any more signs. I know. I'm not the one who changed my number, though. Oh! Oh! Yeah, good point, isn't it? So, cool. Kind of over it. Anyways, don't know why this shit is so disruptive to my life unless you were watching, but that's beside the point. Sower of seeds. I sow seeds of love, light, happiness, darkness, creation, and vibrations. And we are in harvest season, and I keep thinking, holy shit, Libra season's here. I feel the effects of the work that I've done, even if I yield no results. Kind of a great place to be, in my opinion, fighting through PMDD week after week. Law of continuity. Sure, things could happen fast. That's kind of the point with some connections. And sure, stalling means maybe you're slowing it down in a sense, but actually just making it worse in the end, and that's okay too. Law of continuity is that the story continues. Because something that I've been trying to reason with is becoming something that I have to reckon with, right? Something I once tried to reason with is now become something I have to reckon with. So I am here for it. I have been waiting for the rapture my whole life and went to Catholic school, right? I've been also doing witchcraft the whole time because what the hell is that actually, right? Kind of weird. They're kind of weird. I love it. I just shuffled these, and it's the same two cards on the top and the bottom. Sower of seeds and law of continuity. Universal harmony. It's time we put things back into place. Ooh, what are you referring to as the dam? Like the dam in the river Styx? Foundation. I had one in mind and had a whole thing I wanted to do, and I don't know, I think a lot of people wish that it happened, and I didn't even realize that it affected anybody else, and in the end I think it did. I thought that was odd, and it's something to come by kind of once in a lifetime, and that's the thing. It's if it doesn't happen that once in the lifetime, then pretty good chance it could happen again. Based on law of attraction. If you become the thing that needed it, then of course you may succeed at it. However, if you fail to be the person who gets it, it shall never come, right? Please don't confront me with my failure. I know. I have not forgotten them. I want things too. That's why I took a bunch of initiative the past few months, because I realized what I wanted. At the end of the day, I realized what I had was great, but it was still soul searching in a way that nothing could fulfill some of the gaps and void that I have for real, like in a deep way. And I kind of, it's not that I wish I held back, but because it was very non-reciprocated energy, it's hard to say what is or isn't, like I can't help but think commitment, What's that about? Is there a commitment? Is two people committed in one world and not the other? I think is what it comes down to. Regardless of what connection you have to who, these things happen, and there has to be a movement one direction or the other. I think over time, people realize they don't like each other as much as they thought they did. And when I say over time, I mean it can take hundreds of years. And sometimes a feeling's not enough because logistics always fuck it up. And some things can't be, no matter how hard you try, but universal freedom. That's not true. Like, universal freedom, it's on you. Like, you know? So if you really want things, then you have to get them. You have to go for them. You have to put it out there. I think Pisces are especially bad about that. I remember doing a reading for a Pisces a while ago, and she was talking about how deeply she had been wanting like a specific person, and then was trying and blah blah blah, and didn't want to ask blah blah blah, and I was like, how can you just and didn't want anyone short of it. But then I think found love in another way, and in a way it's like manifesting, when you're like loyal to a connection that you have yet to have, in that sense. Like, I kind of see where y'all are coming from, but I think it just depends on how attached you are to the idea, rather than being flexible on the execution. Kind of like I expected this to be kind of harsh. I kind of feel like I don't get what I want. Or I ask for too much and only get some of what I want, and I think there's an obvious choice I would make, even if I had to make the decision face to face, that I know what way I would choose, right? And I kind of can't have it all, in a sense. Something odd that I've been suffering through is like, I don't want to say being from the suburbs immediately after saying suffering through, but if you know, you know. I'm just kind of kidding. I am constantly in contemplation about the life that I live. Lately, I've become more confident, especially, like, I don't know, if it weren't for Twitch, I don't think I could keep holding on the way that I was. This is the only thing that has become lucrative for me, or the only space where people were interested in what I was doing, and it feels like genuinely believe in the messages they receive. And like, it's just a cool, contemplative, very, very much, it's good. And I love it here. And I kind of just feel like the alternative to what I do, being an alien conspiracy theorist, comedian, fucking service bard, right? It's who I am. The alternative is pretending this is not who I am. And I'll tell you, it is fucking depressing. Truly depressing. And I try, but I know, I've seen it. I've been to the I almost said I've been to the show because the Grateful Dead just came on. And it's like, if you know, you know. And I know. And it's like, I have to just chill, let it happen, or accept if it never does. And it's fine. I've always been in that state of mind, but there is a proactiveness that comes with getting it, that even if you don't know how, something as simple as saying it out loud, talking about it, putting it in your field of image, or vision boards, or inspiration of any kind, even music, right? Do do do. Wake up to find out that you are the eyes of the world. You know? The heart has its teachers and seasons, and its. No, wrong part. Seasons. Has its seasons and teaches its own. I don't know. Discover that you are the song in the morning sings. I don't know. How do I not know the words to this song I've been listening to for a decade? Some songs I sing, some songs I don't. Some songs I learn, some songs I know. Right? Laughter is the best medicine, like we said last night. Law of free will. People are going to do what they want and act how they act. And even if it's sad for us, oh well, gotta laugh it off and keep going. It's a kind of weird energy lately. Because I think some of us are seeing the future and some of us are dwelling on the past. And there's a way to look at the past without dwelling on it. And there's a way to see the future without knowing it, right? So I can see how it all works out in the end. But maybe that ending comes in a different fucking reality. Maybe that's a different dimension. And that's why I can see it, is that it's happening simultaneously. Who the fuck knows? We never probably will. And that's kind of a hefty thought. And some people hate that thought. And some people have a hard time sitting with that thought, and so they turn themselves off to everything. But now is it so important of a time to turn it on all the way up. Turn it on. Because who turns 30 next year? Goddamn. That would be great. I'm going to play a commercial break, and then we're going to keep the reading going. Because it's good. It's going well, right? It just took a while. Okay, y'all. I'm back. I forgot. I'm gonna light some incense. And we're gonna keep going with the reading. I think I'm gonna smoke more of that joint, I'm not gonna lie. Don't love that I'm chugging it, but honestly, we'll be alright. So, let's get back in the mood of tarot. Like I mentioned, the PMDD dysphoria is heavy hitting, so sometimes it takes weed to do things. You know what I mean? Okay, so this is empty. This is what I want to edit, of course. My next ad break, I need to remember to get myself some water. Okay. Getting back into it, but smoking hella weed so I can stay positive. We love it, except for the part where we hate it. It's like descending into the underworld every month and feeling your whole way down. Pretty much though, okay, first thing I want to say, I've been doing the list thing for whatever reason lately. Thought about American Horror Story today. There's this YouTube channel I really like called Kiffin Beats, and they make mixes and have guest DJs and house mixes, and it's like alien themed a lot of the time, and I don't know why, but I love it, okay? And I was listening to this 3-hour long mix that I love. It's of alien DJing. It's dope. And someone's song in there just like reminds me of the music in American Horror Story. I want to say season 7 Cult. And today I was like, wow, maybe I'll just give up on life and start watching American Horror Story again. What does that even mean? Why would you have to give up life just because you're watching a TV show? It was my coping mechanism. I kind of forgot that like literally every time I was on my period or like dealing with the premenstrual, I would just put on American Horror Story and feel better. I think it actually helped alleviate a lot of the intrusive thoughts. So it dawned on me today that maybe I do need to start watching American Horror Story again. It's more productive when you watch television that you've already seen, because then you don't get so sucked in, you don't do anything else. But yeah, I thought about it today. I don't know why I thought I'd mention that. Other than because now I'm just giving Misty Day. Right? Like that's what this look is. I look like Misty Day in the Coven, because they wear like black and white, and she's always in color when she's at the swamp. But this is like in it now, Misty Day look, vibe, whatever. And I hate spoilers, but you know, she descends. That's what they do. One of the 7 wonders. I was thinking about this the other day too. The 7 wonders, where I'm like, damn, have I passed them all? Everything but fire. I think it's not telekinesis, but they call it that with the fire. It's the only one I can't do. I can't really manipulate flame. I haven't spent too much time trying, but I don't have a fire placement in my big 3. But my Aries, Venus, and Mercury might be enough. Kanye. Yeah, I'm an April Taurus, like April 26th. Taurus season starts the 20th, so I'm in the first week of Taurus. And yeah, my Venus and Mercury are in Aries. Don't make me focus on my baby fucking tiny hands, bro. I love that. Okay, I put this out. Okay. kind of want to get back to this. So I'm looking at a couple piles. I do still want to get into the zodiac portion of it. Um, but there are a few cards I want to read before I lay out the zodiacs. So, um, commitment we talked about already. I feel like there is no fear of commitment, and anybody using that as an excuse has no complexity of what it means to love somebody because they commit to things all the time. It's not a fear of commitment. Okay. And also, I think being committed, something that you've had commitment to, and have there's still commitment there in a sense as well. Universal wisdom, share that shit, but also appreciate that I'm sharing that shit. I had all this time in the world to become wise, and honestly, I was talking to Jesus the whole time. Became the necromancer in church. Talked to this bloody dead dude in front of you. No shit? Okay, sure. What's up, Jesus? I'm Lolly. I'm 8 years old. And then I think about life. Do you think aliens exist? How do I know who I am? Like, how do I know that I am who I am? Like, in constant conversation. And it's like, is that how you learn? Is that how you become the person that you are going to be, right? John Lennon and Jesus were the same thing. Same effect. What John Lennon did in music is what Jesus did in religion. And we are only in the first 100 years of John Lennon's existence when you think about it. And it's not in such a way that there was sacrifice, but he did get shot in the head. So there is a certain amount of mythos that will come from a time that we carry on culture without actually recognizing who these people were, right? Speaking of American Horror Story, the morning sun touched gently on in the eyes of Lucy Jordan, with a white suburban bedroom in a white suburban town. She lay there beneath the covers, dreaming of 1,000 lovers. Orange and the room kept spinning round. At the age of 37, she realized she'd never ride through Paris in a sports car with the warm wind in her hair. Aw, that's the alternative, right? Keep ringing as she sat there softly singing nursery rhymes that are memorized in a daddy's lazy chair. Oh my god, Marianne Faithfull's amazing. And I love this song. It's like the only song of hers I really truly love, but it's so fucking good, and I only know it because it's an American Horror Story. You're like, come on. Ugh. But yeah, there is a universal wisdom, and it's passed on through people. It's passed on through rituals and stories and books and creatures, even like mythos is hitting heavy. And part of you know, there's so much. I just feel like I'm kind of in a rush to say things, but I know that Friday is when we're going to get super into stuff. And I'm going to take a couple days off, and I might even write some stuff down so that I can focus and know where I'm going in the stream, because I know that I love the stream of consciousness, and I love the randomness even, and I love the sidebar conversations. But if I'm going to focus, I got to start recounting my memory, and it's kind of terrifying, you know. But for some reason it's necessary, and then we'll have like the whole month of October to like do the damn thing. It's going to be so cool. Cool. When all the laughter grew too loud. Oh, so good. It just, you know, when I sit to do the tarot, I think something I need to do is give myself more readings, or like get a reading from someone else, because I do feel like when I sit down to do this for the general, it's almost like messages come through and I'm getting instructions on what to tell you and what to do and how to go about these things, like while it's happening, like while I'm in the moment, while I'm doing, like while the cards are on the table. And so I keep saying stuff that's like pertaining to me or whatever, but in the grander scheme of things, it pertains to any of us. And it's so funny because I was literally thinking about, I don't think it was necessarily the twin flame connection, but I was thinking about the elements and their ties to masculinity and femininity and how people would think of that so gendered. And I thought about how the modalities would represent the genders, right? Like mutable signs are masculine, 100%. Are cardinals the feminine or is fixed the feminine? Because I feel like cardinals, big queen energy in a way. Big queen energy, I would say. And fixed signs is a little more neutral, a little more like, I don't know, kind of masculine leaning, but also feminine. Like, I feel like fixed would be like the non binary, right? But while I was thinking about this, something that popped into my head is that we just use less complicated words for the energies that have always existed. And there's something that is reaching back to literally ancient times. You can think about dinosaurs, even, where dinosaurs are not necessarily aliens, they're not necessarily humans, but there is a spiral of evolution that happens with ultimately knowledge kind of coming across things. Like, I'm not explaining that good. Probably because I don't want to. Probably because this isn't the time to. There is some sort of like ancient wisdom that does come through lately, right? And Daffy keeps pulling it out for sure, playing with it even. And it's something I detached from seemingly a long time ago. And the more I think of the future, the more I reflect on the ancient past. So while I'm meditating on the gender issue of masculine and feminine today, while doing, fucking laundry, I thought of, not thought of, but heard that masculine, feminine, and man and woman come from these ancient entities. There's basically two of them that we all come from. And they had a baby that became the third binary, like generationally, these are ancient. It's like, I'm not like trying to create a religion right now, but it does sound like gods that like no one else mentioned existed. And it's like, where am I getting this story from? And it's like, maybe they're telling you about it. Maybe you're the first one to hear it. Weird thing on live, right? But it was Woshina, was it? Woshina. They said it crazy too, like very guttural in the throat, like energy, because it's old ancient noises, grunts and moans that evolve into the languages that we speak today and the people that we are today. So it's like Hoshina, no, Woshina, and they didn't perfectly rhyme. Woshina and Moshino, or something like that. Mochino, something like that. Where, yeah, yeah, yes, probably like that guttural, like, and when I was saying it to myself earlier, I said it perfectly, and now it's like I don't know if I was really meant to be sharing it right now, but it popped in my head to bring that up. And I think that's another aspect of this that people don't really understand, or like that's how you know if a reader is like fake or not in a way, is even like having watched a ton of them on YouTube, the ones who don't tell you anything about their day or like their preparation for the reading or anything like that are the phonies. Like if they just jump right in, if they already have cards on the table most of the time, they're fucking faking it. The ones who will tell you, oh, in my day, this little thing happened, or I heard this song, or I had to tell you, or I got a download, or I wrote this down. Those are the genuinely connected, the genuine readers. Because if you're not getting messages all day and you're not putting in the prep work to expend the energy on readings, then you are faking it, you are scamming people, and you are reading from a book essentially. Okay, so it's not a certain culture, it's not a certain person, it's not a certain type. It's the practice of it all. And people will say, people don't know how to practice that. They're gaslighting you into believing them and buying into the scam. Like, you gotta know what you're doing and you gotta understand the depth of it, right? And anyone can play with tarot cards because play, emphasis on the play, there's still a deck of cards. You can just play with them. But people who try to make money off that shit, oof, oof, not a good look. Not a good look. And it's not any of my business to go crusade and try to take them all down. It is simply sharing the knowledge of how to spot it, right? So I'm not saying it's that because it's what I do. I'm saying it because that's what spirit does. And I see other readers who will mention these things, or ones who will acknowledge their cats or children or the world around them and not pretend to not be human, you know? It's just there's ways to genuinely find the readings that are meant for you. But yeah, that was a little side message. I don't really know what that was for, or who that was for. I'm about to face the rest of that joint. The moods are like, it's a roller coaster. It sucks. The interesting thing about this week is that I have to force myself to get these things done, and I have this like Friday being the end of September deadline to talk about this so we can prep for October, November. And see what happens, you know. But I am gonna be in my dysphoric state and expecting the blood and everything, getting the blood. Uh, it is a lot more difficult to work. It is a lot, like, takes way more to focus. It takes way more energy just to get dressed, just to do the makeup, just to do all this, you know, when I'm not feeling good or when I'm cramping or whatever. And a lot of times I don't force myself through that, but it seems imperative that I see the caliber of my work while going through it at this job. Because in my other jobs, poor performance. So it'll be interesting, and I might get a little heated. I might get passionate and even angry about what has happened. Um, but I gotta keep going with it, you know. I just you know what it is being revealed too is inwardly. It's not necessarily people coming forward and telling us things. This season, it's also understanding it better from within because I felt I like using the word listless to describe it. Probably don't need any more of this, but I'll just do it anyway. I'm trying to stay in a certain state, you know. It's like there's nights I don't smoke hardly at all, and nights I smoke a lot more than others, and this is literally why. Um, I have to check in with it, document it even. Because at the end of the day, I'm trying to cross the bridge into how my theory about PMDD became about alien abduction. Spoiler alert. That is facts. And things happen fast in a sense. Once it starts, it never stops. And so if I'm ready to start, then I gotta give it my all, truly and wholly and realistically. And I know I can, right? Nas. I know I can be what I wanna be. If I work hard at it, I'll be where I wanna be. You just have to always know who you are, no matter where you go. And on that note, 60-second ad break. Contemplate for 60 seconds and get back to the cards. She can say in her voice, in a way that she loved me. With her eyes, with a smile, with her belt, with her hands, with her money. I am the thesis of her prayers. Her nieces and her nephews are just pieces of the layers. Only one she loves as much as me is Jesus Christ and Taylor. I got future, so I'm singing for my grandma. I singing too, but your grandma ain't my grandma. Mine is handmade, pan-fried, sun-dried, south side, and beat the devil by a landslide. Praying with her hands tied, president of my fan club. Something told me I should take my butt to church. Taking in my body like it's holy. I've been waiting for you for the whole week. I've been waiting for you for my Sunday candy. Taking in my body like it's holy. I've been waiting for you for the whole week. I've been praying for you, you're my Sunday candy. Come on in this house. It's gonna rain. Rain down Zion, it's gonna rain. I don't know why that got me all jittery almost. Rain down Zion, it's gonna rain. Your peppermint is the truth. I'm pessimistic on Monday. If I had tweaked and missed you, you look so good with the hat on. Had to match with the shoes. You came in dressed in the satin. I came in satin your pews. Call it Christmas for dinner. 50 rows on my plate. Hella holes in my stocking. Got my pockets in place. I like a hug with a budget. I like my love with the scent. You like my light, gas, water, electricity, rent. Hi. Got so tired. So I gotta try it. You my dream team. No, I don't remember. In fact, I ain't seen you in a minute. Let me take my butt to church. It's just chance, right? House. We're Donnie Trumpet. Hi. Paul returns stronger. Is that a Jesus thing? Thank you for the follow. Hey, come on in this house. It's gonna rain. Rain down Zion, it's gonna rain. Slowly, taking in my body like it's holy. I've been waiting for you for the whole week. I've been praying for you, you're my Sunday candy. I just love this song. It made me very happy when it came on. I think I haven't listened to it or sang it in a long time. And I think part of music is letting it generate power within you. And that's why some people like it and some people don't. We are doing mixed. I am staying pretty sedated this evening because I am battling my own uterus in the same way that Tyler Durden, you know? So that's where I'm at. But I get stoned and I listen to my music. No offense to y'all, it's Twitch. I can't play music for you. I can just sing it. So you better come on in this house. It's gonna rain. But we are doing tarot. We were just taking an intermission while I was getting more stoned to stay slightly sedated so that I didn't be overcome with rage and act aggro on the channel, basically. And that's what you're walking into. And that's what it's like around here a lot. So the conversation's always good, though. We're pretty much chaos and controversy over here. Maybe conspiracy and spirituality also basically pretty much covers it. So the Rogue channel. Oh man, perfect day, right? So we're building foundations, of course. This is mine. I am building the foundation. It is creepy. It almost does feel like here's the thing. Some people think maybe it's funny or like a good thing or like somehow cool to be not associate of, but as a Taurus, right? It's real bad out there. The people that roast Tauruses for being like, oh, lazy couch potatoes. It's like, have you ever met one? Historically speaking, fucking terrifying, bro. What in the actual fuck is wrong with us, right? So while it seems like a quirky, funny thing that I look the way I do in robes and kind of resemble Jesus sometimes, or at least John Lennon, I think you should have, actually. I think you should have said that. I think bearing the weight of cultism is strange, right? And sometimes my practices, though spiritually based, are already inherently religious. And I'm seeing this strange transition into what's to come, even. Um, and that's the foundation, is being self aware through the process so that you avoid your worst nightmares, basically. Sometimes you do need bad signs, though, and I, as someone who deals with paranoia, like, I had to learn how to decipher and discern what is a true sign and a false sign, regardless of if it's good or bad. And that's sometimes the process that needs to happen in order to learn it, because we don't outwardly learn these things. We just simply acquire the knowledge over time and have the realizations along the way that lead us to the conclusions and the growth that we get from experience. Okay? Like, you gotta sit, because that's the thing, you were divinely guided to tell her that. Okay? Cancers believe everything you think. God. Cannot imagine. I love how much glitter I have on my face right now. I can see it every time I blink, and it's beautiful. And, like, that's always who I'm gonna be as a person, I'm pretty sure. I love that Perfect Day came on. I'm pretty sure this is my Taurus playlist, right? And he says, "You're going to reap just what you sow." And that's pretty good, you know? Like, I like that for lately, especially with this deck on the table. Um, I've been thinking a lot about coffee. Isn't Joe Rogan the one who was like, I took 3 weeks off coffee and then I had a spiritual hallucinogenic experience and coffee's amazing? Was that not Joe Rogan? Because I have my thoughts on that. Yeah, isn't it great? My playlist, lol. Universal forgiveness, most deeply involved with forgiving the self. That is, and how do you forgive the self? Universal freedom. Realizing that you, being born a flawed person, inherently being human at all, means that the intro of Mary Jane by Rick James is playing right now as I'm saying this to you. How you achieve universal forgiveness is realizing that you have universal freedom. And with universal freedom comes the freedom of choice, and those choices involve consequences. But you have the freedom to make those mistakes, and you have the freedom to either make them again, or learn from them, or walk away from it entirely and stop coming back. So you can forgive yourself for understanding that you came here to make these mistakes and that you were inevitably going to make these mistakes, and you have the right, the freedom, and the ability to make them. Okay. And you forgive yourself for it because you're just human, and that was the whole point. If you wanted to make no mistakes, you could have been a tree or a plant or a flower or water or something. A cloud is never a mistake. They're all perfect, infinitely beautiful, and part of the skyscape. So, I mean, humans are in a sense the same. We look at our own cultural landscape and societal maps of humans, right? The inner and outer connectedness that we share. Um, but universal forgiveness is forgiving the self, and universal freedom is realizing that you are here to be able to do that, essentially. So, love it. Um, Universal harmony, things are coming into balance, oddly enough. They are. It's cool. Like, it's gonna be fine, you know? Uh, I'm laying these out like a board game, and I think that would actually be a cool board game. Is using these mandala cards for like the. Yeah, so universal harmony is being restored, and harmony is not necessarily balance. Balance gets restored by things evening out and things finally kind of like becoming, um, even and balanced. Okay, let's cut to the commercial because I didn't even say anything good just now. Mary Jane. Mary Jane, Mary Jane, Mary Jane, Mary Jane. Yes. So, in terms of poems, you mean like the typing sessions, or you mean like we read all the poems in the book? And I definitely write poetry every day. We could just start going through my phone, my notes, books, any source. Um, there's poetry to be read for sure, but what poetry, that'll be up to us in the future. So, universal balance is when things kind of even out and level and become equal. Okay, those are better words. Universal harmony is when things cooperate, co-create, and become in tandem and move together like this. Balance is like this or like this, but it's a balance. It's all one. It's almost flat. Balance is flat. Harmony is very dynamic. It's like probably at least 5 different forces, right? Coming from the poem and moving like a wand or a rainbow. Harmony. Okay. Imagine this coming out of my hand. That's exactly what I'm saying. And each spike represented by my fingers, and it swooshes around like that's harmony. And guardian angels protecting the fucking balance. And the healer within. Once again, who heals the healer? The healer heals himself. The thing is, if you are a healer, then you have the ability to heal yourself. And once you master the skill of healing yourself is when you become the healer. And so to tap into that, you have to realize that it's up to you to heal if you think you are a healer or want to be a healer, right? Unity. Very similar to a trinity, right? It's like when a trinity freezes, similar to a snowflake. When the wish is granted, it freezes, falls onto the earth, and becomes it. That's what unity is when a trinity, remember the trinity is like the opposite of the black hole. So unity freezes and falls like a snowflake, and it seeps into the earth. Maybe that's where snowflakes come from. Cool. That's what happens. The clouds are encompassed by these things. That's really beautiful. Gives a new perspective for winter, eh? Got to keep the attitude positive, even if we're with Hades and Persephone. Okay? Crown chakra, very important. It's been driving me nuts, not just lately, maybe for years. I don't even know. And the more we open it or curate, I don't know what the word is really. The more that we will attain and attune to universal healing and see not only that we are the healer healing ourselves, but that everything is healing around us because we are healing, right? And the law of compensation, know that the work does always pay off no matter how long it takes, whether it's in this lifetime or another. That's the thing. It depends on how patient you are as to how much you get. Some of us remember who we are the minute we're born because we have been waiting for it for a long time. We came here knowing. We arrived with the knowledge of what we were meant to do and who we were meant to be. And sometimes when you know something that no one else knows, it's not necessarily going to be a matter of convincing, but you better believe that no one is going to be convinced. No one's going to believe you. Because if you are born knowing what you're supposed to do, then people will think your whole purpose is tied to childlike or childhood fantasy. And part of the joy of growing and becoming human, becoming adult, becoming yourself is the part where you forget and experience life from a pure perspective with no goal, no purpose. But then being able to kind of man, I don't remember what I was saying. Sometimes noises, that's why I try the headphones, but um I guess it's gone. The joy of forgetting. I think that's actually what I was saying, and then I forgot what I was saying, so that's kind of ironic. But the whole point of the growth process is to discover what you will be and who you will be. And if you remember from your last life, from your previous energy, pre-born sort of thing, um, it can be difficult to find the right path because people will probably likely not believe you in a sense. Because once again, tied to childish dreams, fantasies, blah, blah, blah. The older you get, the more people can appreciate a purpose. But when you're a child, you're not supposed to have a purpose, so why would a child knows their purpose, right? I really like this shape of the reading. I might start posting the spreads on Discord. That would probably be a good way to use Discord, right? But this one reminds me of a board game, and I just really like it. I don't know if I'll post it yet. So yeah, it's like a long road, but it's ultimately worthy. And if you choose the path of remembering rather than forgetting, sometimes it takes longer because everyone else still has to come to and remember with you, right? So we've got law of frequency. We've talked about that enough. We've got the other guardian angel because there's so many angels amongst us. Camunti buns. Okay. Hey, welcome. Thanks for the follow. The guardian angels, both the cards came up. Law of life. We had that last night. What is meant to happen will happen, and what's going to happen is going to happen. Hoya. Hoya! How's that? Hoya! I fought the ancestors with that one, you dick. Universal spirituality, though, sometimes the ancestors are there for a reason. It's because they are inherently the leaders to any revolution because they created it, they started it, they got us to this point. And so, even if you don't inherently know or come from them, at some point, you must reckon with your own ancestors, your own past. Very specific to white people, I think, you know what I mean? And appreciate that others may be able to just tell you or teach you better, and to be respectful, patient, and wise enough to know that it will come to you when it's meant to. Okay? Fuck your stupid cultural appropriation. But moments like this, sure, you can get a hoya. Law of continuity. And I guess that's why I said I felt the ancestors. They're probably not necessarily my ancestors, but they are the ancestors. I don't know. Sometimes when I do tarot, it gets very native to, the native cultures I would be aware of in this continent, right? That kind of energy. But as far as I know, none of that in my family. And that's why I think when you do these kind of practices, you automatically do kind of connect or tie to those who have done this the longest even and are there at the very end of it when you get through all the other stuff and then they come up and say, hey, this is us. So, interesting that conversation would come up. Thank you for that. Going to a commercial break and going on with the reading. Get off my dick. J. Cole. Okay. Law of continuity. Story continues. Let's get to the reading from last night. I left the cards out. I shuffled a few, had them on the table, was reading, got sick of the lagging, and decided to wait till tonight when the lag finally caught up. And it has for now, and seems to be going well. So I'm going to read this. What I just read was fresh from tonight for us, right? Small crowd. My replay numbers are down. People do not seem to be sticking around, and that's all okay. Sometimes it is meant for us. You're here every night. You might as well get the personal experience and feel that it is highly connected to you, right? That's what you have earned. That's what you have gained. That's what you deserve, right? Both of you, whoever the silent, I don't know if Dink is still here or what. But know that it's supposed to feel inspiring. It's supposed to be only viewed by so many, very special few, I would say, to hear such intense messages. I need love. SZA. As long as we got love. As long as we got. Yeah. Bottom of the deck, universal spirituality. Take it as it comes rather than as it resonates. You don't have to resonate with something to appreciate the knowledge it brings, right? That's duality, is having your beliefs and listening to others at the same time. That is universal love, accepting what is and who are, rather than trying to change them. And at the threshold right now is when we accept the duality, the true duality of man, and open these doors not only for ourselves, but to hold them open for one another. There's a trinity. What is the wish you're going to make? What are you going to bring into creation when you see this come to pass? What is your dream, your choice when faced with it? When you see it, what do you see? I know what I see. I've been seeing it always, forever, and I wish I could get it out of my head, and I can't. I wish it wasn't just up to me or you to decide what happens to these connections and in this connection, right? That's how it feels when you know something that someone else doesn't. What does your trinities create in that sense if you're creating two different things? Free spirit. Let go and let it find you. Let it come back to you. Let yourself revisit it. Let yourself be free enough to find it. Free yourself enough to discover it. Evolution. How else do you think we get growth? Where else is the growth going to come from if we don't dig it up? If we don't plant it down? If we don't seed it ourselves? Where are we going to get the growth from? Law of free will. Universal harmony. Everything is one. Universal compassion. Who cares? I'm sick of it. No, I'm just kidding. Being compassionate can be exhausting when you're met with hostility constantly. Narcissistic mentalities. All right, finally time for the Zodiac portion of the evening. Last night I pulled out all the Zodiacs from this deck, set them aside, let them sit out, and put Miracle on top of it. So we had to discuss what we were going to do with the full moon. Some of us did rituals we came up with last night. When the crew comes back, I'd be more than happy to share my end of it. But I need the gang to be here for it. And there was at least 5 or 6 of us that came up with it and maybe did it. And those are the people I want to share with. So if we never have all 6 of us in the chat again, then y'all are never hearing what I wrote down. Even though it was very sweet and almost rather innocent, and it was just kind of adorable that it even exists. I love that. It's always been for me, to me, for me, but including everyone. Yeah, so we'll see who gets the Miracle this month. Taurus got it last month. Personally, not really sure. Nothing really happened. But maybe it means that it'll still come for Libra season like it did enough. I'm waiting on a miracle or something. I'm shuffling these because when I am live streaming, I don't like to go in order because then if you miss your sign, that's it. I'd rather just it be random order and random when people tune in. Law of cause and effect was in here. Oops. Pisces, law and cause and effect was above you. It was kind of next to Capricorn, but it was on top of Pisces, so I'd watch out. Maybe I should shuffle Miracle in too. That was the whole point. Okay, fine. We'll do it. Ooh. Taurus playlist. Taurus season starts on 420. There's a lot of stoner songs. Da da la da da la da 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 la da 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 la da da da. I was gonna clean my room, and then I got high. Ooh, ooh, get up and get the broom, but I got high. The light of my room is still messed up, and I know why. Hey, hey, 'cause I got high, because I got high, la da 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 da. I got high. I could have cheated and I could have passed, but I was high. I'm taking the next semester and I know why me. Because I got high, because I got high, because I got high. La 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 la. Okay. Yeah, he was gonna go to work. We know it's a long song, but it's so funny. And Afro Man's the shit. Let's get these zodiac lineups. This was like the #1 song, like on the local radio station. This came out by itself, so I guess I'm taking it out. And like I don't know what year this song came out. 97? No, it had to be like 2001 or something. Like the year it went from 2000 to 2001, I think, is when this song was #1. Libra, how appropriate that y'all would be first. Let's focus, not on Afro Man, but on the cards in front of us. No one can follow up Libra. I should have pulled over. Sagittarius. It's all, these are shadow messages, so everyone's hesitant. Leo. I was going to put you on the second row, but you may third. That seems only fair. Okay. Shadow messages might get intense is the thing, and that's kind of why, like, once again, the hesitation. Cancer, right next to Leo. Good. Good. No, that's good. Gemini gets a miracle this month. Whoa. Whoa. Oh. Whoa. Is that so? Wow. I was just thinking about stuff when I did this, and it's like, whoa, okay. I also miscounted and there was only 5 on top, which is kind of funny because then I kind of got the answers for stuff, and wow, just a lot, just loads to unpack, really. Okay, cool, 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 cool. Okay, so I usually don't snake, and I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. But today I want to snake, I feel like, because like Scorpio's last and Scorpio sees like Libra's first. And if I go snake instead of like line for line, then Scorpio will be last. And this is like the month. So yeah, and Taurus second to last. This is the thing. Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius came out in a row, and that's my big 3, followed by Capricorn. Um, and then Aries, Pisces. So we've got our order. But I kind of, yeah, I want to snake it, I think. It just makes more sense that way. It'll be really cool though. So, a few things. Okay, so this is so cool. Gonna draw one Halloween oracle because these are shadow readings, you know, like we're looking at the shadow self. And I might do one per each for the mandala cards after, but we're doing one Halloween oracle and one demon oracle per card. Okay. These cards feel so big after shuffling the discs for so long. Yeah, see, some people aren't ready for their shadow work necessarily, and these might end up being intense messages. And I feel like that's why the channel's so quiet tonight, is like, if people are gonna see this reading, then they need to watch it like privately, almost like alone, without the chat, without having to say that they're there or who they are and whatnot. Yeah. Wow. Wow. Whoa. Nice. Okay. Ooh, whoever is watching this does owe me a tip. Lady de los Muertos at the bottom of the deck. If y'all don't start paying up, there will be consequences. Pay it up, give it up, pay it forward, whatever you gotta do. I cut the deck so we didn't have this reminder, but this is a reminder to leave a tip, leave the comment, make the follow, subscribe, click the fucking links, listen to the music, watch the videos. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you can't afford it, tip otherwise. All right, go become a member on my website and join the community. It's not much right now, but I'm building, right? Otherwise, bottom of the deck is going to be vampire, emotional intelligence, okay? Knowing who's good for you and who isn't, right? Oh man, the Taurus playlist definitely slaps. I love it. And this song right now, so good. So I'm going to pull one demon for everybody, and then we'll get started with the reading probably after the ad break, right? again soon, or I'm gonna lose it. Substance abuse it never come down. On the deep end, importing my English. What's the point of language if you don't say what you feel? So with that being said, to all the bitch ass hoes that hate me the most, oh yeah, I hate you too. To all the punk ass fucks that just wanna talk shit, I hate you too. To all the high class ass that's too hard to pass, oh yeah, I hate you too. Doses and mimosas, champagne and cocaine, how get me through. And I'm skipping breakfast and drinking a beverage to ignore it all. Listen, I've come to embrace it. It's all overrated, except drugs and alcohol. Whoa, okay, so we got a couple extras. So with that being said, that hate me the most, oh yeah, I hate you too. To all the the punk ass fucks that just wanna fuck? No. Talk shit. Chill out. High class ass that's too hard to pass. Oh yeah, I hate you too. Doses and mimosas, champagne and cocaine, how get me through. Love that for all of us. I really do. All right. This felt really good. We're really diving in. I know we're like 2 hours into it. It's such a slow, quiet night tonight. I don't know why, other than it's a fucking Monday and we went very hard this weekend. These are the new moon readings. It's basically like we put in a request for we put in what we were getting rid of for the full moon, and then we enacted it for a few weeks, and then come the new moon, we put in our new request for what we want to move in and replace of what we let go of. Whether or not we let go determines whether or not it comes in. Now we've got this look at the shadow self and what work needs to be focused on within the self to obtain or achieve the goal or dream at hand. So here we go. Let's do it. After this ad break. I'm eating a little macaroon. Lighting incense. ASMR. I love everything coconut. Mm. 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 ASMR. Shit, I keep forgetting to get water. Next round. Okay, no. All right. It's pretty much me and me tonight. Me and you, buddy. Me and you. 222. Honestly, I don't mind. It's been such a great week. Got so many new followers, so many raids, so much love, so much good conversation. Like, it's been a stellar week. It's all right if people don't see this reading. So, I'm really excited about this. I'm actually feeling really good about this. Would it be weird to start the stream over now? So people don't have to watch? No, fuck them. If they don't want to watch the whole thing, then they don't get the message, period. You're right. Let's not go through all that. I'm hesitant, I think, with this reading, and I knew I was gonna do shadow work pulls for each zodiac sign, but I didn't know it would be so tough because I feel like there are some difficult messages coming through right now, and I am sad to be the deliverer of bad news in a sense. Even though we've been saying good things happen, so we'll see how it goes. We're starting with Libra, which is very appropriate for Libra season, and I'm starting with the Demon Oracle first. The top of the deck for the bottom card, which is the Mandala Angel Initiation deck, Law of Cause and Effect. We are feeling the effects of the cause that we once had, whether it was a lost cause or a rebel without one. We are experiencing cause and effect. Everything that we have ever done has accumulated and led us to this moment. That's kind of the base of the readings. The bottom of the deck of the Halloween Oracle. Vampire. Emotional intelligence. Energetic, right? So this is like, there might be someone or people draining you, but it's because you either drained people along the way or you needed to recognize who the first vampire in your life was, right? The first person to drain you and make you and kind of hypnotize you to not even realize that that's like who you were or what was happening, okay? You don't have to take vampire literally, but you kind of get the gist, right? And the bottom of the demon deck, we have Allosaur. Okay, or the top. Focus on liberal sciences, including observation and charting. Once again, look into your birth chart, look into your numerology. I am not an astrologist. If you want to share your chart, we can discuss your planetary placements a little bit. I do not do houses. I can't read the Abraham Hicks version of the zodiac thing, whatever it's called. You know what I mean? The spiral. I can't read those really. I know a bit about the planets, a lot about the zodiac. So if you want to drop your signs, you can. But beyond that, that's not my lane. Look into your chart. Get an astrology reading. It'll help guide you to the path you're supposed to be on. And that is an overall message for a reason, because everyone needs to get to know themselves so that we can begin to get to know each other, okay? Because once you know your chart, then you share charts, you learn about someone, like, wow. Okay, so Libra first, Abraxas. Dude, Animal Collective is literally so good. What song even is this? I hear it doubly clear. That's you, Libra. On delay, duh. Beware of lies of omission and hidden truths, Libra. This is the shadow. Okay, I feel like the demon cards are in relation to the karmic cycles in your life and therefore in relation to other people, and the Halloween Oracle is the self. So during this shadow period, you're going to be faced with your demons, and your demon here, Libra, happens to lie. Whoever, whatever, why ever, beware that you are dealing with a liar, okay? Next, we have Sagittarius has Flaga. Focus on clearing away debris, physical or mental obstructions. You are holding on to things that do not belong to you. If you did not return something to someone, a gift you have yet to send, something of that nature, you need to get it off your hands. You need to let it go because you are definitely trying to trap someone's energy. It's that masculine energy of fire signs and divine masculine connection, twin flame union, even if you want to think of it that way, where you're with a soulmate or something and you're holding on to something from your twin flame. You've got to let it go. You've got to get rid of it. That's part of what's holding it back right now. Okay. Leo. Malcolm. Focus on budgeting and frugality. Maybe in the past, or somebody you've been connected to or are connected to has zero good intentions for you. They literally are trying to spend your money. So I don't know if you are wealthy. I don't know if you're only got so much but willing to share. Somebody is out here trying to use you or already using you or did use you, and you got to reckon with that. Not be like, oh, it didn't work out. I did this, I did that. No, some people literally just want to spend your money and dip. And it's very hard for someone who can love or has the capacity to love to accept or believe that. But it is simply fucking true. That is just what happens sometimes. Cancer. Fur. And take a walk on the wild side, or can I kick it? I think it's can I kick it. Fur. Focus on enduring love and passion. Beware of strong emotions becoming destructive. Cancer, need to tone it down. In the past, maybe there's been someone who love bombed you, and now you have tendency to love bomb, Cancer. So you gotta let that go. And not everyone's gonna tell you how they feel up front. And if they do, you should be warned that their feelings will only grow. So if they're already overwhelming from the very start, then they will probably stay overwhelming or overwhelm you, right? Gemini, Orbis. And also Miracle underneath Gemini. So this is, Gemini might be getting out of any kind of shadow work. Gemini does not have it coming to them right now, oddly enough. There is something to Gemini's aura right now that is like they will be graced with like a pass for some reason right now. Focus on honesty with ourselves and with others. So again, lying is surrounding the air signs already. Being able to be honest with yourself means you can be honest with others. So if you were lied to in the past, that doesn't mean that you yourself should keep lying now. Gemini, you gotta like calm that the fuck down. Okay. Um, there ain't no way. Okay. Whoever lied to you is not the person you're talking to. So quit lying. All right. Next we have Virgo. And Virgo has witches round. Very nice, Virgo. Get into that witchy energy. Crushing it, babes. Witches round. We've got focus on celebration and performance, creative routines with fellow professionals. Please keep it professional, Virgo. Please remember that you're a professional. Please remember that you're dealing with professionals. Please understand that just because you might have a personal grudge, thank you, Hungry Soup. I am also hungry for soup. Just because you are maybe in romantically involved or have a personal vendetta, you have to understand that some things are really about the celebration of it all, or realizing that grudges are for, your enemies, not your loved ones, right? And the creative routine being so key with fellow professionals, like no matter what your personal feelings are, no matter what you're doing, right, Virgo, you have to keep it professional and just realize that there are connections beyond you. There's things happening beyond you, and you've got to stop making it all about you, right? Next week, no, we're doing a snake, I said, right? Because I wanted Scorpio to be last for some reason, but I naturally went that way. But okay, we'll go Aries for Pisces. Pisces is next. Well, I'm doing zodiac readings, so yeah, sort of. We can talk astrology. Drop your chart if you know it. I'm getting through these demons, and then we'll do a quick, ad break, and then we can do the Halloween Oracle. But if we want to talk some astrology in between, you're more than welcome to ask any questions and whatever. Yeah, you're right. I should take a second between rows. I sometimes tend to overload myself. So next is Pisces, and we have Aries. Focus on direction and guidance, bringing allies and helpful items closer and pushing enemies and destructive influences away. Pisces, it's time you quit, whether it's smoking, drinking, obsessive thinking, crushing, cutting. I don't give a fuck what you're doing. It's destructive and it's time you fucking stop. I don't care if it means you have to cut off your party friends or cut off your own fucking arm. You need to stop, right? And Foggy Molly came on right now. If I ever leave this world alive, some of you are closer to death than you think you are, and I think it's really sad because you're all kind of pathetic about it, where it's like, no, you need to start taking care of yourself. It's not funny to not drink water. We're all adults now. You need to drink some fucking water, Nobody's going to congratulate you for that at this point because you should know better by now, and if you don't, no one's going to care. I don't know housing, sorry. We're basic. I'm not an astrologer. But Scorpio's last. Haha, that's funny. Yeah, if I ever leave this world alive, right? Where are you from? Just kidding, it doesn't matter. So yeah, Pisces, it's time to quit. And if you gotta cut off your drinking buddies, then that's what you gotta do. But it's time to shape the fuck up and get going in life, more or less. Aries, you're a gnome. When at work, don't shed a tear. I'll be here when it all gets weird. That's for Aries. If I ever leave this world alive. Beware of holding on to things past their natural end. Focus on allowing grief and loss to run their natural course. Move on to a new cycle. If you are overly grieving a breakup or even a loss to death, you've got to kind of move on. Eventually, people just don't want to hear it. Like, if you're really stuck in your ways or stuck in your grief, you're going to just make it worse for yourself. And in a way, you will grieve for the rest of your life. That's fine. And it's not that you have to do it privately, but people only have so much that they can handle from your grief because they will ultimately have their own in life. And so nobody can be saddled with your grief for super long, extended periods of time because they need the space to be able to grieve for themselves also. I'm okay. I'm alright. Though you have gone from my life, you said that you would. Now everything should be alright. You know, you have to like kind of get over it, Aries, whatever it was. We get that it hurt you, but you have to let it go. So Capricorn got Cerberus. Wow, Capricorn, you're going to love this. Focus on humility and finding comfort within means instead of wanting beyond budget, you boozy ass bitches. Get over yourself if you're overspending and complaining about having no money and then turning around and continue to spend. That is 100% on you, Capricorn. Once again, no sympathy. No sympathy for these cardinal signs. Aquarius has Paimon. Beware of unfavorable first impressions. Many intelligent and knowledgeable individuals are awkward or abrasive at first as a defense mechanism. One should watch for those actions within oneself. Hello. Okay, so basically, I love that. Thank you for the follow. Capricorn. Beware of unfavorable first impressions. No, not Capricorn. We moved on to Aquarius. Okay, so maybe Capricorn left an unfavorable first impression. But it could be you, the way you leave an impression, and realizing that you should be more concerned or realize it's very important to some people, that initial meeting, and try to like do better or be more conscious when introducing yourself to someone and what you tell them and what you show them. Or understand that some people may show you a side of them that isn't the best version of themselves and give them another chance because people are worthy of that. You should look beyond a first impression. Okay, Taurus. We have forecast. I don't know what that means. I'm doing zodiac readings. I thought it was pretty obvious because since you've been here, I said Aries, Capricorn, Aquarius, Taurus. No offense. I'm not always a very nice person. We know that. But maybe you don't because you just got here. I can be a real bitch sometimes. I apologize. Taurus, focus on gaining eloquence and grace. That's literally, I'm a Taurus, so that's exactly what I'm talking about. Focus on gaining eloquence and grace. I could have said it so much kinder or filled you in better, and yet I didn't. Oh, nice. You missed the first round. You'll have to go back and watch the demon cards, but we still are going to do the Halloween Oracle. Thank you. Celestial Booty. Okay, love that. Kind of like never wanted to eat ass so badly in my life, right? Just kidding. You don't say that to a complete stranger on the internet. Can you please fucking focus on the cards? You got like two more. So yeah, focus on gaining eloquence and grace for Taurus. I'm a Taurus. If you're new here, we're about to take a break from this, and then we can talk, catch up, feel each other out before we dive further in. Okay. Yeah, so chill out, Taurus. You need to watch your mouth, basically. Yeah, no filters around here. Peeky nose, stoppy nose. All right, and Scorpio, last one here. We got Balan. Focus. Okay, Scorpio. Scorpio. Is there not a Scorpio in the room? I'm pretty sure somebody said they were a Scorpio in an 8 house or something like that. Okay, I don't know anything about the number 8 other than it's the number of infinity and the number of life. And after 7, before 9. Okay? Listen, Scorpio season coming, gonna be great. Focus on listening instead of speaking, observing instead of being observed. Either shut your damn mouth or don't let anybody talk your ear off. Because I kind of put the intention that the demon cards would represent other people in our lives and the Halloween Oracle would represent what's going on in our lives. But for some, it seemed very apparent the demon went both ways. So, like, if someone is talking your ear off and irritating you in that way, it's probably because you're doing that to someone else and you just in general gotta like cut back and listen and like gain knowledge instead of just talking for the sake of talking. It's gonna be really important. Let's cut to ad and see where we're at. Be right back. you down, 'cause I'm going to strawberry fields. Ooh, nothing is real. There's nothing to get hung about. I don't remember putting this on the tourist playlist. I wonder if this is after, or did I put this on there? It would be cute. I do love strawberry aesthetic. Yeah, no, I don't think this is still the playlist. Maybe I will put it on the tourist playlist, though. It doesn't go. Where is... 'Cause I'm going to strawberry fields. Oh my god, this song, but live at fucking Red Rocks. Goddamn. Oh my god. LOL, you dug deep. What is the shadow? It is the figure of unconscious temperament of demons' existence throughout our whole ancestry. Before we get into the shadow conversation, I will address the OnlyFans comment. I debate on the OnlyFans. I haven't been using it that much. Even when I don't use it, I tend to generate some money, so I still have it, and I sort of intend going back to it as much as I once used it. However, I am a model. I'm a model, and I've always, for as long as, I've modeled my whole life, but in my adult life, I've done nude modeling since the beginning. So I pretty much post pictures. They're pretty sexually aggressive, but it's mostly just pictures. Why are you asking? I'm of age. I'm older than you probably think, but I guess. That's why I'm very 21 and up, even 25 and up. Oh, you're new to Twitch. Who are you? Why did I click that? Wow. I love that. No, that's the thing. I've thought about posting my tarot content on there, but there's no market for it, and it's very hard to cross-market tarot and nudes, so to speak. I also don't want an 18-year-old jacking off to me, if that makes you feel any better. I'm not 40, but I'm not 20. Okay? Chill. I'm actually 21. Why don't you go find something out, It's fine. I wouldn't worry about it. Okay? I'm probably too old for you, sweetie. Dummy mommy vibes, right? But no, I ain't fucking 40, bro. Thanks. Did you really think I was 40? I'm probably older than you think. Well, I don't want you to be 40. Damn. Like, what the fuck is that even supposed to mean? Like, you thought I was 40, bro? Harsh. Listen, you 21-year-old virgin. You don't have to bully the kid. He's probably like the youngest person ever come on this channel. Openly, anyways. And one of the only people bold enough to just ask about the OnlyFans. She's your guidance. Yeah, well, that's the thing. I practice sex magic, and so I know that I'm really super sexy. Oh, I did not realize you said that, and no, I did not see that. Hold on, what? We all missed that bit. Okay, it's okay. She looks like the girl who took my virginity. Wow. Well, I promise it wasn't me because I don't fuck virgins. Okay, chill out. We don't need to fucking freak anybody out. Get them out of here before we even start. Pico, let Doppy relax. It feels like we only go backwards, baby. That's very retrograde, isn't it? Going backwards. Okay, so back to the conversation in regards to the shadow self. My shadow self, let's start there. Let's start with my shadow self. My shadow self harbors a slew of traumatic events and is tied to different instances of abuse over a course of time. Okay? Therefore, what has manifested in the space of the shadow is somewhat monstrous. It can be out of control. It's very chaotic. I'm a very controversial person. I am quick to judge, quick to put up boundaries, quick to lose a smile, gain a smile, right? I can be really fierce and very intimidating. You have already all seen my aggro side this evening. It's not always, but I know it's there. My shadow self is cyclical. I am more like Jekyll and Hyde. Some people hide their shadow selves. I'm like, Hyde is this guy, you know, pops out. So there is a deep level of self-awareness that I have forced upon myself, right? A deep level of understanding that I have catered to myself. And so my shadow, in its healing, has become a more gentle version of the monster it will always be. Okay? You can see the shadow self as your demons if you can relate to that conversation better. Like, battling my demons is essentially battling your shadow self. And in some cases, especially with like white people, it's battling your ancestors and whether or not you're going to carry on their legacy, which was really shitty in the first place. And that's where you get people who are like deeply indoctrinated into like really whack, either like racist, sexist, or otherwise oppressive schools of thought, is because they cave to the whim of their evil ancestors without questioning it because it's their heritage, and they have a hard time acknowledging things like their shadow side or the fact that they have any flaws at all. Okay? Have I convinced you that I'm worthy of your money and that you want to see my nudes? Because honestly, that wasn't really the point. But I've probably achieved anyway, right? Kidding! Don't give a fuck. Moving on. He left. He's like, kidding. Okay. So that's introduction to the shadow self, right? The shadow side of things. So with these individual tarot pulls, thanks. I should have warned you that the monthly subscription is really dead, and you might as well fucking subscribe to the free account and buy the content you want to see. Pro tip. I have 2 accounts. Just kidding. Yeah, well, I mean, I'll know if you do or don't. And one more time, don't give a fuck. Just joshing ya. Josh. You seem like you would be a Josh, don't you think? Just kidding. Or am I? It's like that meme. What if we... Just kidding. Unless... Big that energy. What's your sign? Are you the Scorpio? Or was that the other rando that came through and left? I'm not everyone's cup of tea. I'm more like a shot of Hennessy. Yeah, that was the other person, was a Scorpio. What's your sign? It's kind of our thing here to know who we're talking to. No? I don't think you said. I just looked. Someone else said Scorpio. What'd you say? Oh, a Gemini. That's funny. I like Geminis. So fuck with me. That's why I know, you know what? That's why I inherently knew you would love to get roasted a little bit. You're a Gemini. You're trying to roast me back, and I'm very hard to roast, and it makes you want to go harder. Dating a Gemini? What do you mean? Yeah. Yeah. Love them. Can't stand them. I think Geminis, I was thinking about this today, how like Geminis really like they're not the biggest liars because I don't think they are really like like I don't know. Some Geminis seem like compulsive liars where they lie about stuff that's irrelevant and doesn't hurt anybody, and you just kind of wonder why they're even lying in the first place. Or they like are really sneaky and maybe not even lying about anything, but they'll make it seem like they are just to throw you off their scent almost, even if they're not hiding anything. That's what I notice about Geminis. Not just from dating them, but from being friends with a lot of Geminis too. It's not just about dating. And I have fucked several Geminis. Pretty good. I mean, yeah. No, I mean, it's cool. But I've really only dated one, if that makes sense. I don't know what that word means. I know Trump is a Gemini and Biden's a Scorpio. Maybe they're the ones fucking watching my stream. They're like, I'm a Scorpio, I'm a Gemini. It's like Trump and Biden came here to figure their shit out. They're like, I need a spiritual ass kissing from the hottest Dami Wami tarot reader on the internet. Oh God, is this the direction we're going in? Thanks. Thank God. Okay. What is it? Histrionic personality disorder. Yeah. Yeah, I could see that. Also, cling to them though. They love to be clung to, but they want to release you and just like be there to be cling again when they come back, kind of. That's really what it is. Because Geminis do want you to cling to them, and they just sometimes need a break because they are so clingy. Crazy. What the fuck? I've never heard of this before. I'm surprised I've never been diagnosed with this before. That's wild. I would, the one thing that I don't align with. Okay, we'll talk about that if you want to. I'm not like a professional in that way, but I'm definitely an expert on all the other stuff. So you probably came to the right place. Check out my website and just read about some of my services. Um, the seeking attention and not being center of attention, making them angry. That's the one part I don't really relate to. Because I'm like, wow, I talk dramatically with strong opinions. Not necessarily easily influenced, but my younger self was definitely very influenced, but also influential. So it's very hard to like say. And I don't know that I really have rapidly changing emotions outside of my uterine cycle. But I often do kind of think relationships are closer than they are, which I think I attribute to a spiritual thing, but I'm really kind of more of a lurk in the shadows, hang in the corner, oddly enough, because I'm streaming. But that's the thing, I could never do this in front of a live audience, or shall I say, I've never wanted to because I know I freak out even in front of a crowd of like 30 people, let alone anything bigger than that. But hanging in the shadows and speaking to myself, talking to myself, writing things down. Um, wow. That is pretty not fun, but interesting. Um, Crazy. So is this you acting out for attention? Just kidding. I'm glad that you see that as being special. I think we all have gifts. That's what and it's not like I dismiss mental health, but that's why I'm like, okay, inappropriate sexual or provocative behavior, rapid shifts in emotion, blah, 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 blah. Kind of interesting. What do they call the treatments? Therapy. Yup. Oh, wow, you only got therapy. Huh, that's funny. Maybe I had it and I grew out of it. Is that how that works? Because it comes from your childhood wounds. Cool. Why? This is weird admissions. Are you like upset by this or proud of yourself? How does it work? You're lucky that I just was planning to talk for the last 20 minutes, because I'm going to play an ad in about 3 minutes before we get to the shadow work part of the reading. Um, okay. So you're like kind of creepy. Because, like, why would you have a crush on her? That's, like, so fucking creepy. And, like, ironic because you're a Gemini and sexually provocative. I imagine it would work well for you, too. You should go find her. But honestly, you are a little bit weirding me out with your taste. Because even if you go, just kidding, like you did when you said you voted for Trump, you're like 2 jokes away from getting a ban. Just something to think about. Okay? So I'm going to roll the ad, right? And we'll probably get back to the reading. All right. So, Gemini's in the first 6, if you want to stick it out and get the messages. Feel free to send the rest of your chart if you know it. Would love to unpack some stuff with you after the reading that we're doing. Okay? So, it's alright that it's a quiet night. I have a pretty small stream. It's unusually quiet tonight. So you can take it extremely personally. That's like part of the fun of it, I think. BRB. Don't cost you very much. They seem to know your stuff. Take pity on the small ones. And I wanna go to Brainville, let's get in. And overcome my inexperience. I wanna go to Brainville, let's get in. And be the first one on my block that does. Say it's the one thing that everyone should have. I know it must look bad. Yeah, it does look bad that you guys are saying you love Amber Heard and that she could get it. You guys are fucking psychotic. Don't know I need your help. You can say that again. They take me, I can tell. Sounds like Alien Abduction. 4 fingers and a toenail. And I wanna go to Brainville, let's get in. overcome my inexperience. I wanna go to Brainville, let's get in. And be the first one on my block that does. You know what's so funny? I feel like mutable signs are super easy to read and very obvious to figure out, and they literally pretend to be complicated and like no one understands them. And they will say that they're misunderstood and no one understands them when really it's clear as day and they're just mad they got caught. That's mutable energy to me. And fixed signs, I would admit, I do feel extremely misunderstood to the point where I actually have given up any attempt for people to just understand me at all and have accepted my ways of ultimately isolated at the end of the day. As a triple fixed sign, I could care less, right? And cardinals are just somewhere in the middle. We are kind of the kings of the I think we're the queens of the zodiac. I feel like the fixed signs are like the non-binary energy of the zodiac. Thank you. You mean what the fuck is her name? Not Dorothy Day. Who the fuck is that? But what do I know? For the night, chit-chatting, where will I go? Home with my eyes closed. Yeah, it'd be kinda hard to see. There's no surprise though. Now you can find me when I'm in. I don't remember. What the fuck is her name? Dorothy in the fucking movie, but like, what the fuck? Judy Garland. Yeah, I don't know. I remember, yes, I remember, yes, I remember it. Oh, I swear the hype be too tall. I don't remember all the words to this song at all. Down below, another medicine beyond call. No, hot enough to melt, yeah. Can't trust someone, so can't even trust yourself, yeah. I love nobody else, yeah. I can take that bullshit elsewhere. Self-care, I'm treating me good. Okay, that seems kind of random. I would probably sing When You're 22 by the Flaming Lips if it's going to be your 22nd birthday. And if it's in the summertime, it's definitely doable. Boom. Is it going to be Wizard of Oz themed? Because that would be perfect. Yeah. It's also good to know that there is people who are like still think Amber Heard could get it, because then I know if it all comes down and it turns out that I am as bad of a person as I once believed I was, then there are people who would still love me, and this is exactly how Charles Manson got married in prison after having a murder cult, even though he's kind of a pussy and didn't even murder anybody. Oh my god, that'd be so cute. I just need like DJ boyfriend and party girlfriend, right? Oh my god. What? Who are you? What? That's cute you would say that. What do you know about the moon? Nothing? You've never been there. Self-care. I'm treating me right. Or good, I don't know. I'm saying right. Hell yeah, it's gonna be, we gonna be alright. What's funny? Where will I go? With my eyes closed. And it'd be kinda hard to see, it's no surprise though. Okay. Are you a necrophiliac? That makes sense. Right. Necrophilia. I could tell everyone, I don't know who the fuck you are. So, there's that. You know who I am. Now, here's the thing. Do you like to pick out the corpses, or do you just get aroused once there's already a corpse? For example, do you partake in the murder part, right? Do you partake in the murder to fuck the corpse? Is it really worth going through the murder freezing process? Or is it easier to just go to the morgue and find the hottest one and just be like, oh, this is my body? Like, is there a compulse that like you still get attracted to people in real life and want to kill them? Or is it just you want to fuck the corpses? I have the Agori tribe, and they are cannibals. They eat. They don't. They think they eat maybe the people of their own village, but the whole thing is like there's actually a settlement upstream from them, and they have the ceremonious process of putting their dead to rest by laying them into the water and letting it flow down the river. And the Agori tribe, when they like at a point in their evolution, were kind of starving, and so they would just pick up the bodies when they got sent down the river and essentially became cannibals. But it actually ended up being sustainable for them because they live in a fairly remote area where it's some of the only meat they get, basically. No, you didn't answer any of my questions, and now I'm wondering if you were just kidding about being a necrophiliac. Were you joking? Hmm. I don't know why you would lie about that. Hmm. Yeah. Get better jokes, I guess. Jokes are supposed to be funny. I'm a necromancer, so how am I gonna judge the necrophiliac? Think I like when it rains. I'm tough to crack. If you're just trying to troll here, it takes a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot. And I'm not challenging you by any means because I ban usually if the interactions start to piss me off. But it takes a lot to shake me up. What's up, everybody? This is like the most people who have been on my stream all night. 5, and 3 of them are probably not going to stay. We're friends now? Are we having soft tacos later? Sounds like you're having cold tacos later. Oh my god, can we? We did stop. You're still talking about it. Don't put that on anybody else. Yeah, we get it. So, do we want to do. Oh, cool. Definitely do. Please share. Oh, that's so you. Do we want to do tarot, y'all? I think I might wait another 10 minutes to roll the ad. We can get to know each other a little bit. If y'all have any questions, you can ask them. I already have the cards pulled, one per zodiac. The zodiac's out of order. We already read one per each demon card. I pulled them, so I couldn't reread them. You'll have to rewatch the video tomorrow. Oh, what do you think? Like, I mean, do you not see? That's beautiful. That would be so nice to have like a stone. Maybe I'll put it on my wish list. So, these are shadow readings. It's sort of like speaking to the shadow self. And while we use the demon oracle to sort of face our demons, not sure how this fucking weed got on my fucking laptop. Um, we faced our demons, and we're going to dig deeper into the self and see what needs to be worked on. And that's why we lose people with tarot, and that's why I've always liked that I do these like kind of darker readings, even sort of like evil energies in a sense for some. Darkness to me is a comfort. It's, all of creation comes from the depth of darkness. Like the bottom of the ocean is one of the most abundant places in the known universe because we see how many species constantly are discovered and evolved at such quick rates and in such different ways down there, right? So creation really is darkness. And love that. And we can sort of infer that even in the womb it's dark, or in space it's dark, and essentially we were all come from stardust, which all exists in darkness. So I like the dark readings, but the thing is, when people listen to tarot, they want love readings, they want career advice, sometimes not even so much nice. It's very much I want love readings. People really into my twin flame readings. Um, but when it comes to the shadow self, people are a little more held back, a little more reserved about it, a little less resilience with other readings, whereas this is focusing a little too much on the self and being a little too real. And it's definitely not for everyone, and it's not meant to be for everyone, because not everyone's going through a dark night of the soul, and not everyone's going to have a dark night of the soul. You only have to go through these trials and tribulations if you are trying to level up in that way. And that's what we need to recognize is some people have harder 3D challenges because they want 3D results, and those challenges are worthy for them to complete to get the goals that they desire. Some people hate 3D efforts or living or doing, right? People get stuck in the 5D and they're like, fuck all this 3D shit. I do not understand the rat race. I don't want to climb a corporate ladder. Like, I don't resonate with this at all. And it's because they're probably trying to achieve something greater, not greater, but beyond this world in this lifetime, right? So you just have like a difference of opinion, but it's also like a difference in person. It's the way that we are purposed before we even get here, okay? So there's no reason to fear the worst parts of ourselves, because how could we really be that bad if we still even exist at all? Okay. Um Having a moment. It's awkward silence for you, but I've been listening to music this whole time, and I do tend to forget that y'all can't hear the music, and therefore it does become an awkward sort of silence on your end. I was very taken by this song by a talented woman, and for a moment, I remembered something that never happened. I would say no and no. Y'all are lucky I don't know the words to this song. Don't have one. Literally have a Jimi Hendrix flag right here. And then, like, also, this is my tribute Flaming Lips album cover that I made. And I've been singing all night. So I think that says enough about my taste in music and in lieu of my personality in general. Or if you actually did look at my website or Instagram or anything, you would see kind of what I'm into. Okay, but honestly, if I had to pick like a genre or a band or favorite, I think like it would have to. I don't know. I feel like in a sense I would just pick Matt Berry because Universal to me. I don't know. His one album really isn't that good. Every time those songs come on, anything from Phantom Birds, I'm like, I'm skipping this. This is so fucking bad. But it was a quarantine album. The rest of his music, bar none. You know, you're not going to have a perfect run. 9 out of 10, though, impressive. Anybody who tries to say a band is 10 out of 10 is lying to themselves, right? Or if all the albums are equally good and it's like 10 out of 10 are like okay. Matt Berry's like, no, 9 out of 10 excellent, 1 not great. Like, I'll take it. Most multi talented, right? Like, in addition to the fact that he's funny and a great actor, I'm glad that I waited to do the readings until you got here, my ass eater. My God, why do I keep saying that in front of you, to you, or whatever the fuck? Your celestial booty, it just does weird things. It's got a power you don't know about. Stop saying that. Oh my God. Come on. And I say stop saying that like I'm the one saying it. Okay, cool. So, anyways, I don't even know what I was just ranting about. It's been a strange and rather long evening. Rhiannon. I'm skipping this. I like Stevie Nicks, who's a Gemini, right? But I don't. Oh, skipping that. Ooh, Laurie Anderson is another one of those answers. Oh, I was talking about Matt fucking Berry, dude. Matt Berry is just so universal. His music is so fucking good. His lyrics are hilarious or sentimental or thought felt and deep, but also like just so funny. And the voices, the pitches, the guitar. He plays so many instruments. If you look at the credits on fucking Kill the Wolf. The album Kill the Wolf, it's his solo album. He's got a few musicians on there. That's totally normal when you record a studio album. He's got like 70 credits for himself, not like for himself, but he did so much of it, and then everyone else did a little piece here and there. It's crazy. He plays so many instruments. He makes such good music. Being a solo artist is just like, I can't even fathom how difficult that is. He's so genuine. He's so chill. He's not against drugs, but it's apparent that he stays off of them. Like, he's really incredible, and I think that he would have to be my favorite genre. So, yeah, and I like people like Laurie Anderson. Soothes my fucking soul. What is she even? It's not even music. Love it. So, if I haven't answered enough questions, I'm about to roll an ad because I do it every 20 minutes. Just heads up, I guess. Every 20, 40 hour, 420 hour. Why did your color change mid chat? That's so fucking weird. Is what the fuck? Hold on. Why did that happen? I've never seen that happen. Oh, you can pick? That's so cool. I didn't know that. I'm new to Twitch. All right, BRB. Oh, this song. I'm like getting so. I should skip it, but I want to honor my friends in the way. This reminds me of my patron saint of drunken ballets, the one and only Danny St. Range. Cheers. I love any artist of sentiment, any art worth of sentiment. It's water, but yes, 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 yes. Cheers. And cheers, little kisses from this elephant. Y'all ready for tarot? They're going to be intense, but they're going to be quick. Like ripping off a band-aid, because each sign gets one card, but it's the Halloween Oracle. So the Halloween Oracle is what I use since I've gotten it to, what was that beep? The fuck was that beep? Danny? Anyways, yeah, so it's so cute, right? I got hustled into buying it by accident. I'm not even that mad. I'm just glad I use it. Um, I bought this when he died, actually. To the night we met. I'm supposed to do, haunted by the ghost of you. Take me back to the night we met. So the Halloween Oracle I have reserved for channeling the deceased and doing readings, uh, in relation to such things. But recently I've introduced into the practice of doing the channeled messages with the Halloween Oracle the integration of shadow self readings. And so the one card pulls that I'm doing for the Zodiac right now with the Halloween Oracle isn't a message from the deceased, but a message of the work that needs to be done by each sign. So that's what we're getting into. We're going out of order because Twitch is so. It's like it would just suck if I went in order and you always had to be here at the beginning for your sign. It's like more random. You like what name? What did I say? What are you talking about? Red is the fucking Mars. And I got fucking bars. If you've seen Steven Universe, then you can call me Lars. Uncomfortable in cars. I hate going to bars. What is this beat that came on? Could I keep it large? Probably not. Ran out. Redbone, by the way. Welcome to Lollyhood. So right now we're doing Zodiac one card pulls so that we can see how and what work we need to do in order to get whatever it is that we asked for yesterday during the new moon. New moons are periods of creation. It's time to reinstate what you wish to have, and in the next month you'll overcome whatever is stopping you from getting it, and by the full moon you'll know what else you need to get rid of in order to have it. And the next new moon you'll realize if you still want it. Okay, so that being said, think of these messages as, once again, the work that needs to be put into the dream that you are asking to come true. If you didn't know yesterday was the full moon and you didn't do a ritual, you didn't put any intentions in, then try to remember what you were thinking about yesterday and in terms of what it is that you want. Okay. Once again, if you didn't put aside an intention in particular, try to just recall what you were doing, what you were consuming, what you were thinking about, where you went, who you saw, and try to connect with something that happened, nice, during that time so that you can figure out what your heart. Oh, I didn't even know you left. Not, and you didn't miss anything. It kind of meant I'm just getting integrated into the reading. I didn't start yet. So once again, it is one per zodiac. It's going to be a channeled message, but not from the deceased. It's for your shadow self. It's not from a person in particular. After this, I'm up. I had some pretty strong coffee. I started pretty late. I stayed up for 2 days and then slept pretty late today. If y'all want to do something else after this, we can discuss it. If you're new, well, y'all pretty much are new here besides Doppy. So we can discuss my decks after, but I'm just going to try to get through these. So try to just take it as it resonates rather than ask any questions. Making comments is one thing. You'll get the flow. That being said, when you're listening to this, you can think of other people in your life and correlate the sign that comes up and the message you get for different people in your realm. You can think of it as times of the year, whether it's the year to come or realistically, because we're working with the shadow, years past. Okay, if something significant happened during some zodiac season 3 years ago, then yeah, that's the message for this. If there is no one else, right? If you know your chart, if you know your placements, if you know how the planets influence those things, then you can associate the readings with your own chart. Okay, it's like that kind of thing where take it in any way that you would like it, and try to enjoy each one for what it is and how you can apply it to yourself as you listen. If not also popping in and out or meditating or, just hearing what you need to rather than trying to listen to the whole thing can also be really helpful, okay? So we are starting with Libra, which I found really appropriate for Libra season. And Libra got Skull of Light illumination. And here's the thing, Libras. Here's the thing about Libras. They are people pleasers, as we all know, but people pleasing isn't like this kind, lovable tendency that people act like it is. People think, oh, I want to please people, I'm just trying to make them happy. It's extremely manipulative, and you have to reckon with that. If you associate yourself with people pleasing tendencies with a Libra placement, that is fucking toxic. You have to let that shit go and realize what that means. So, your intentions for things, the intention of wanting someone to like you, is very inauthentic. And those are the types of things that are going to come to light. What's done in the dark shall come to light. Okay? Next is Sagittarius. We have Skull of Flowers, creating through the ashes. Sagittarius. Sometimes things are sad, but you have to let them go. You have to let them die. You have to recreate it. And if anyone should know that, it seems you should know better than this Phoenix energy needing to be your lesson. That seems weird for a Sagittarius. I think you're taking something to heart in a way that you shouldn't be, and you need to get over it and work on something. Like, transmute the energy, essentially. Something that Sagittarius is seemingly good at but needs a reminder of. Do you have a major Sag placement? Honestly, like I said, it doesn't have to be restricted to zodiac, but yeah, that's something. Yeah, I myself am also having a hard time being able to let go of some things lately. And I think that because this message comes for Sagittarius, maybe those of us without the Sag placements can think Sagittarius season is when it's finally gone, or when we finally have released what's left of it. And I think we'll have that to look forward to. We're going to be so busy, so happy, and so celebrating during Scorpio season that by Sagittarius season, we will have transmuted the energy. But Sagittarius right now needs the extra reminder that they need to create from what has been destroyed. I don't know what that means, and you're not supposed to be interrupting for the reading. Leo, you're up. I know you needed some attention. I've seen her. I don't know what you mean. Hearth, happiness in our hearts and homes. I think you need to realize, Leo, that you're maybe not happy at home. Maybe you don't feel like you have a home. Maybe there is an inner child who is still stuck in a traumatic household. Okay, but either way, you have to acknowledge that the pain or the wound comes from the home, whether it's a home you created or the home you were born into. Something happened, probably back in the day or something, but you got to recognize that that is going to follow you if you don't address and heal it. Okay. Next, we have Cancer, ghost, regret, Cancer. Of course, if you're going to stay up in your head, right? It's like we regret the things we don't do, and Cancer somehow regrets the things they do to be able to justify missing out on the opportunities meant for them. They do things that they're not supposed to do. Cancer, you do things you're not supposed to do, so you have an excuse to not try new things that would actually be good for you. That is a layer of self-sabotage that comes with a bad reputation. Stop. Gemini, you do have miracle underneath you. Something is going to change for you, Gemini. You're going to have a transformation. You can be ascribed to something, but honestly, you were probably trolling your therapist to see what you would say, and now you're freaked out by it. Yeah. You don't believe the miracle? Maybe you got somebody pregnant, for all I know. So, whatever. And you got Barmbrack, sweetness and synergy. It's time to stop being a dick. Gemini. It's time to come together and realize that you do have enough to give. And it's time to share. It's time to give back. It's time to connect. It's time to be real with people and give that loving. Yeah, there's a miracle underneath Gemini tonight. I did the soul shuffle thing. You can rewatch the video to see it happen. But it's about coming together and creating the community that you want to be a part of instead of thinking that you're too good for everything. You need to be what you want to be. Well, you have to understand Gemini is the nervous system. They are the nerves, right? They are the arms and hands, but they are the nervous system. Okay, like that is the body parts. Like Leo is the heart. I'm glad that I did. Um, Leo's the heart. Gemini encompasses the nervous system because they're the hands and arms. And the whole point is that they reach out and feel, but they send the signal back to everyone else. So, like, if a Gemini's out of whack, you have to realize that energy is probably out of whack. Yeah. So, you are receptive. Yeah. Oh, you're a Gemini too? That's so cute. It's usually like a flood of Pisces 33333 with 3 viewers. Oh my gosh. Big Gemini energy. It's weird. I was thinking about Geminis today, and my partner is a Gemini, and I have a few Gemini friends. But I was thinking about Gemini's extra today. That's so odd. Pisces is always like the most popular on my channel, but it's been so quiet tonight, and I feel like it's so late. And I'm curious to where you guys are and your charts and stuff. You can always share your sign, share your planetary placements. I don't know much about houses and whatnot, but it's whatever. Yeah, got a little sidebar there. Virgo, forgiveness, reducing burden. So, Virgo, I don't want to hear anybody say Taurus is holding a grudge when Virgos are the kings and queens of grudges. Like, let it the fuck go. It's like you burden yourself by holding the grudge, and you probably have done way worse shit, and that's why you hold on to what other people have done to you because you don't want to have to reckon with how bad you have been. Give it a rest. Give it a fucking rest. I can even see people, Virgos in my life, not saying that, but seeing that transform for them. I can tell the energy becomes different when they get aligned. You know what I mean? Yeah, so that didn't take much time at all. Ran through the first half. Let's decompress. I'm going to run an ad in like 5 minutes, so let's chat. Yeah, let's go over the body parts of the zodiac. It's pretty simple, and it's just head to toe, basically. So Aries, number 1, masculine, fire sign, is the head. Taurus, number 2, feminine, earth sign, is the throat. Number 3, Gemini, air. Thank you. Nova Killer, you have followed me before, but thanks for coming back and following me again. Or you've been here before. Maybe you weren't following me, but I thought, oh, my chatters had to be. We've definitely talked. Anyways, Taurus, Gemini, number 3, air sign, masculine, the hands, arms, and nervous system. Cancer, number 4, feminine, water, and is the chest. The chest, the breasts, like this whole fucking frontal plate. Number 5, Leo, masculine, fire sign. I do have a good memory. It's photographic, just like my boy Fox Mulder, and it's kind of a curse more than it's a blessing because I'm actually haunted by knowing everything that has ever happened. When most people get to just forget. Makes for a great reference, though, honestly. Yeah. Leo, number 5, masculine, fire, is the heart. Virgo, feminine, earth, number 6, is the digestive system / liver. Libra, number 7, masculine, air, is the lungs. 8, Scorpio, the genitalia. Yeah. Number 9, Sagittarius, I think, is the hips, right? Maybe hips and thighs, but this is where I got fucked up last time. I think it's like Sag is hips and thighs, and then Capricorn, earth, feminine, number 10 is the knees, right? And then Aquarius, air, masculine, earth. I mean, sorry, why did I just say Earth? Number 11 is the shins and calves, and then Pisces is feminine. Number 12, water, the feet. And that's the zodiac. We work as a body, and that's why it's like you can tell, when two people resonate or whatever. Yeah. You're not an Aquarius. What? I think I'm listening to the shins right now. So it's weird that you're a Leo and you're the heart and you randomly just said shins and calves.